All right, so first things first, homework is, who can tell me? Ooh, look, she raised her hand and waited to get called on. Name tents should be out, by the way. If your name tent's not out, that's everybody. Please get your name tent out. Eleanor, what's homework? Yeah, so if you were trying to be simple, what questions are your homework? 18 through 22. So you can see I did it on the Math 2 one, and I'll do it here over on yours. We know that it's 1 dash, but that 1 just means chapter. So really our questions are questions 18 through 22. So if you can remember that we're in chapter 1, you could just write 18 through 22. Like cues for questions 18 through 22. So our homework is 18 through 22. Oh, my ink is still not on. I gotta turn ink on again. So I have a proposition for you guys. So don't open your book. Open up your math journal, please. I switched my math journal, by the way. I will tell you, it's not too late to swap your math journal. I want to show you guys something. Your textbook was intentionally designed with what size it is. Might blow your mind here. When people design things, they take into account the design of other things. Here's your textbook, right? Here's a comp book. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. It's like an eclipse! It's the exact same size. So, if you would like to use a comp book as your math journal instead, I am more than supportive of that because you can find graph comp books. I would highly advise just deciding to go to graph paper for your math journal. The other option is a 3-hole punch, so not a comp book, but a 3-hole punch, non-spiral, still pretty much the same size. Then if you want to get crazy, and I can help you find all this if your parents can't find it, shoot me an email. This is graph paper that is one size on one side of it and different size on the other side. Smaller squares, bigger squares. Super cool options with graph paper notebooks. So it is not too late to switch what your math journal is. I switched mine to a graph paper notebook. So go ahead and get that out. This is going to actually be the first page since my math journal is brand new. Label it with the date. So what is today? Nope. 24th. Always up on the screen, bottom right corner. Always check date on the screen. So we're math class 8/24, and you can take notes in pen or pencil, whatever you want. 8/24/17, and I like to label. We are in lesson 1.1.2. Best strategy. Ooh, upside down. Alright, so get our notebooks labeled best strategy. Or Colorama, or whatever's going to help you remember. So I have a game that we should play. And I want to make a bet with you. What if I bet you bag full of candy? Or, you know, whatever. Now, I can't. I'm a poor teacher. I will get some candy in here. But we're going to play a game called Colorama. Now, Colorama is a pretty straightforward game. So we've got orange box in the middle, purple boxes, then green boxes, then yellow boxes. Now, I want you to take a second to think. If we are going to let each person will flip a coin 3 times. I'm trying to remember where I have quarters, but they were really loud the other day. So I want you to talk amongst your group. Each person, so let's say I play against Eleanor, or I play against Liam. I'm going to flip a coin 3 times, and whoever I'm playing against is going to flip a coin 3 times. If it's heads or positive, we move right. If it's tails or negative, we move left. I want you to decide which color do you want to be your color, so that if you land there after 3 coin flips and 3 moves, you've won. So if I pick orange, and I land on orange after my 3 moves, I win. And like if I was playing against Liam, we could not both pick orange. So take a second to think about this. What color do you want to pick as your color to win? Yeah.
Is the online spread accurate for the math?
Should be. I deleted Terry's. I have heard him for 7th grade underscore 2017 or 18.
So if I place kids in math class by that, I'll be able to run.
Yeah, the only thing I would double check is like weird kids with additions, like check that you guys right. Check that. Yeah, I mean, if you give me a second block, I think there. I mean, it should be, but there could be a couple of glitches.
I might go ahead and place them on that front, and it'll be easier to change one.
Yeah, each of you has to determine a color. Now, you're not playing against each other. You're going to play against me. Now, you will play, hold on, you will play against each other, but I'm going to pick a bold person at first to play against me. Stacking chips. I don't know where those are. Should have been probability. Whatever. Guess we're going to use quarters. Alright. Liam, since I was picking on you, since I was talking about you, do you want to play against me? Okay, Liam wants to play against me, so this is going to be Liam. And, you know, I will be the picture of the nerdy looking teacher. Riding a golf cart. Or sorry, go-kart. Yes, that's me. That was at Magic Mountain on the Discover Columbus trip. So I'll make this easy since I'm on my dot camera. I have a few colored chips. I should have more of these, but I don't know where they went. So yellow is going to be heads for us. Red is going to be tails. Okay, so we each get 3. Let's go 1 and 1. So do you want to go first or second? Go first? All right. So Liam's first is a positive. So Liam bumps 1 over. Now Liam, before we start, I actually should have guessed or asked, what's your color? Green? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and choose purple. So if Liam lands on green, he wins. If I land on purple, I win. Okay? So Liam got a positive to start. My first flip is a positive. Sweet, we both got positive. My next flip for Liam is a negative. Sorry, dude. Bumping back. My next flip for me. Oop. Sorry, it's a negative. No cheating. It's a negative. So we both bump back. All right, third flip. Now, we know, I lost my chip. We know Liam's color's green. Liam has 1 flip left. Can Liam win? Negative. Red, if anybody wants to verify it here. And myself. Now, we have 1 flip left. What happens if I get a positive? What happens if I get a negative? So I'm going to flip. I get a negative. Liam, I'm sorry. Whatever we wagered, whatever bag of candy, whatever it was, I win. So I want you to think in your own head, because you don't want to share your strategy because you're about to play against your teammate. So, Mr. Smith, if you would pass these out 2 per table, I'll grab the quarters and give them around. So, pick a partner, and if you're at a 3 group, one of each of you guys is gonna. One of you will have to move to make a pair. So just somebody get up and move over to the other group. So pick your color. You cannot both have the same color. It doesn't matter. You'll be using that little handout sheet. So. Are you moving? You are each flipping 3 times. You each get 3 flips. Excuse me. I gotta get one more for you guys. Heads moves you right, tails moves you left. Please do not write on those papers. Sorry, I should have said that to begin with. Please do not write on those papers. That's going to be class set. I'm out of quarters, so you guys can just use a color check. Yellow is right, red is left. Yeah, I don't really like it that much. It only lets you flip. It's weird. Did you play with some? I don't know if it was my computer or what it was doing. So, especially if you're in the class, you should do that. Because I did this earlier and I was like, okay, so I'm going to go really sorry class. I was moving as they went. And I was like, this is too difficult. You're only allowed to flip 3 times, so I got it. Right. So I have a couple questions for you. Give me your attention for a second, and I'll let you keep going. I have a couple questions for you to think about as you're going. Is there any way, let's say this game's at a casino, and you're actually taking money to wager. Is there any way that you could assure that you will win? Is there any way that you can assure that you won't win? Regardless of either of those answers, which color is most likely to win? We'll come back together in a minute and talk about this stuff and what likely really means. But keep going right now. But those are questions. Is there any color that will most certainly win, or any way that you can make that happen? Any color that will not win, period, ever? And what color is the best choice, the best strategy? Keep playing. Yes.
We will go over it. We'll probably review that one and tonight or tomorrow.
We might go right into class today, depending on how much time we have.
What color? Purple. Oh, I know.
Listen, I know what you're pointing at. You know sounds pretty good. Try it. Test it. Alright, give me your quarters while you finish discussing this. Gonna come around and get your quarters while you finish discussing it. I found those chips in a bin and then we turned around and the label was not visible. And who would have thought they say probability chips?
Can't buy too much with that.
Alright. I heard some really good conversations as I walked around. And when I did this with another class, a word got thrown out that it's really dangerous to use. And actually, if you use this word at the casino, you might likely get kicked out. Somebody got really complaintive and said, this game is, what do you think what word they used? What? This game is rigged. What does that mean, this game is rigged? Grant?
Something about the specific game is made to make you.
What do you mean it's made?
You have a higher probability of losing.
don't know if I agree with that. Like, not necessarily that you have a higher probability of losing or winning, but that somebody, right? Like, so if you go to a casino, and you can't, right? You're not at age yet. But if you went to a casino, how do you think those games are designed? Do you know much about a casino? How fancy schmancy it is, Liam?
I think the games are designed so like 1 out of every 20 times you play, you win.
So you can win,
You can win, but no.
but more often than not.
A couple of dollars, but 1 out of every 20 usually you win a lot.
Okay. Who can talk about this game specifically? How this is rigged. Nathan?
Like if you choose orange, there's no way that you can win on it.
Why? Explain that to me.
Because if you do orange,
Let's just play out one person. So just 3 coin flips. So let's say you chose orange and you start here.
okay, and then you get a negative, so you go back, and then if you get positive, you go back, but then no matter what you flip, you still lose.
Because we'd have to go one direction. Like, we'd have to go one way or the other way. We couldn't land on orange. Okay? It's pretty sound reasoning. I can't see your name. Help me out.
Ava.
Ava. So,
Okay. You can never win green
why can't you win green?
because if you're on orange and then you move negative and then negative again, then you can't do anything. Or if you do positive, and it's the same thing for both sides.
Is anyone not seeing what they're saying? Because this is confusing. What they're saying is, Nathan's saying orange can never win. Ava's saying green can never win. Why is this? Or what could open up the opportunity to allow them to have the chance to win? Nathan, what could we do to allow green or orange to have the chance to win? We could add either a different color or another coin flip. Actually, the different color, like we had another color right here, that wouldn't help orange or green, but another coin flip. If I land 1, 2, 3, and then I get a 4th coin flip, I could get back to green. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I could get back to orange. So our 3 coin flips are the issue, right? Because 3 shifts, 3 moves, I can't land at 0, because essentially I started at 0. If we think about this as a number line, and I can't land at 2, or what would the other green be? We think about this like numbers. If this was 0, 1, 2, 3, what would this other green be? -2. So take a moment in your math journal. I want you to write about the Colorama game and how it is designed, rigged, set up. So you could say Colorama is rigged. Just notate something in your math journal that'll help you remember orange couldn't win and green couldn't win. And then we'll discuss this as a group here in a second. If you keep the rules how they are, which color should you choose? Just write it. We'll talk about it in a second. Just write it. So talk with your whole group now, not just your partner. What do you think would be if your team had to choose a color to go up against me, and you get to choose your color first? I get to choose my color after. I can't choose the same thing as you. What color should your team choose to have the best chance at beating you? Those are cool. I've never seen that before. How often do you use all of a colored pencil? Okay, guys, sorry, my brain just exploded. You didn't make these, right? A split colored pencil? Like, my brain just exploded. Are those not a new thing, or am I just like crazy right now? Okay, I was about to say, I've never seen this. Alright, let's play. Who was my kings? Who was the kings group? Anyone remember what your cards were when you grouped up? You were kings? Yeah, okay. So Zoe, your group was chatting back there. I'm going to face off against your group. What color would your group like to choose? Purple? Alright, you guys are choosing purple. And I already know orange and green can't win, so I guess I have to choose yellow. Now, Mr. Smith actually showed me a condensed way that we can play this game. The same thing will essentially happen if we just flip the coin 3 times and make a marker that is the gameplay marker. So essentially, wherever the star ends, if it's on you, you win. So you are not just this purple, you're both purples, and I'm both yellows. Does that make sense? So whether we flip the coin 3 times, or like both of us, or 3 times each, doesn't really change the outcome. So instead of flipping it 3 times each, and you guys can do 3 times each if you want, but if we just flip a coin, like if we just flip 3 coins, we will know who would win or lose. So let's flip a coin. I'll move this back over. Got my probability chips because they're easy to see. First coin flip is positive. So my star moves out to purple. Second coin flip is negative. Star moves back to orange. Do I have a chance of winning? No. Do they have a chance of winning? How much of a chance? 100%. If they move left, they win. If they move right, they win. I got a positive. They move right, they win. 1 win for the student group. I'll stop trying with the cards. Let's go with Marvin's group back there. What color do you want? What color do you want? What color would your group choose? What color would your group choose?
Yellow.
Purple.
Okay. Nathan wants to be funny. They're going to choose yellow. Sorry, Patrick. Ah, I know. Guys, I'm going to goof your names up a lot. Just tell me when I do. I'm sorry. Just tell me when I do. All right, let's play. Positive. Sorry, it went off the camera. So we move out to purple. Positive. Negative. Now, you guys all were like, why? Why was that moment like, they might win? Yeah. The same result has to happen 3 times in a row. Could it? Yeah. Is it likely? Not as likely as the random back and forth of the outcomes. So let's open your textbook. Let's go ahead and crack this baby open. And let's look at question 110. I want you, and you can either do it with partners or with your group, whatever you guys decide at your table cluster. Take, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes. Talk about how you would modify the game to try to make all outcomes fair. Let's say I'm going to pick your color. I'm going to pick the color that makes you win. So you want to make this game fair. What would you do, your group, to make it fair? What modifications? And then play the game. So I'm going to come around and bring you flip chips, because I forgot the way to play it again, but the coins were just getting too loud. So I'm just going to give you guys flip chips, and then I'll make a little area for us to put them. And you can just stay in your groups of 3 or whatever. You don't have to do pairs, but just imagine if you were trying to choose a color to win, modify your game, and then play it out. Oh, sorry, gravity works. Yeah. It's alright, this sort of stuff's going to end up all over the floor all year long. It's a happy one. So, play it out to see. So a lot of this will be me not directly answering questions. Play it out to test, is that true? If so, then what can you sort of inform them? No, it's not 5 and 6. Like, how many books would you need? Okay. Or is there some other modification? I picked 22. I should have done. To make this easy, imagine that it's just you playing against the game. You choose a color that is your team wins. If that doesn't happen, you lose. So let's play it out like that. When you choose a color, that's just for your team. You're playing against the game. When you flip, all you're doing is moving a token. If you end on your color, you win. If you don't, you lose. Everyone has their textbook, right? I'm shifting. These are all second class. Oh. Don't mind me. Gravity works. So when you guys are done with class today, when you go to put your books back, Mrs. Golding and I were talking, we realized with that being close to the table group, you're going to go top shelf right here. We're going to make this section our math book section. So that's why I'm shifting the shelf over. Okay. Try to figure out how to make that fair. Middle school, not much surprises anymore. Are we focused on where we need to be? Group manager, task manager, are we keeping us on track? Alright, let's bring it back together because I would like to every day give you the opportunity to start your homework before you leave class. Because you're already in your groups, you've already got your peers. Let's talk about what modifications we made. So we said best choice for the game, how it's structured, would be to choose purple. We want to modify the game. Who thinks that they had figured out a modification that would make this fair? I don't know where your name is. Help me out. Yeah. What's your name? Ella. Ella, what do you think? So it's actually flips. Sorry about those rolls. So for flips, are there any issues with just modifying the game to be 4 flips? Francesca? 4 flips then causes no yellow possible as a result.
Does it rule out any others? Does it rule out any others aside from?
Does it rule out any others aside from yellow? So if we went start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I able to get purple?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Orange, purple, orange, purple.
But you start orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's no yellow and no purple. So this is equally as not fair. Back to the drawing board. Anyone else have another idea? Alex? All right, hold on. Alex says 6 flips. Are there any issues with that? Jot these, yeah, if you've got the time, you want to jot these things down because this is our thinking. This is like our group work. You want to be, I'm not going to be really specific with what you're writing, but enough that you can jog your memory. Liam, are there any issues with 6 flips? So 5 we can jot down just to know what works and doesn't. 5 flips is no orange, you're saying? So 6 flips, let's play this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can get orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can get green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, I just landed at green again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep getting green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I keep landing on green. So I'm going to leave this with you. I'm going to leave this problem with you. Is there a modification to this game? I mean, there has to be, right? We have to be able to figure out a way that would make this fair. That's what we want to figure out. So since you already have your math journals out, let's go ahead and look at the problems from Tuesday night, problems 3 through 6. Go ahead and take 2 minutes as a group to chat about your results for those. So in your math journal, problems 2 through 6, you should have had those completed. Your mathography, don't worry about discussing that. Really just discuss question 4, 5, 6.
I did it on that. This is question. That's question 5. Be careful with your numbering. Wait, aren't they like?
I was thinking paper towel. And I'm second guessing myself.
What does irregular mean? I don't know. So what does regular mean? They're like kind of like a square. Like a square is regular, yeah. But what characteristic does it have that makes it regular? The lines are all the same length. Yeah. So by saying irregular, you're saying all the sides are different lengths. Yeah. I don't know if I can say that all those sides are different lengths. They all look the same to me. That pentagon, that looks regular. You can't tell for sure, but if we can't tell. So you're just talking about questions 4, 5, 6. Just reviewing their answers, making sure you're all on the same page, figuring out what you might need to ask questions about. Isn't your math room? Don't they all have?
So guys, you should be discussing the shapes problem, the line segments problem, and the number line problem.
Yes, sir. Yeah, 17 and 30. Yeah, start stop. What about 6? Oh,
so guys, it is okay. I need you to come back together because we're running out of time. It is okay if you goofed up. All homework sets, unless I say like an and or it's separated by commas or I say something like only, you're doing like start, end. Not, so a couple people, and I got asked this the other day too, thought I meant only do questions 3 and 6. I'm struggling with notation because I used to say like question 3-15, you're going to do questions 3 through 15. But now the question itself has a dash in it, like 1-3, 1-4. So it's start there, go through 1, 6. You should have done 3, 4, 5, and 6.
yeah.
So with 4, anybody willing to venture their group's answer for what? Huh? Liam, what do you think?
Well, so the question was decide what the shapes have below in common. Like you're in kind of couple sentences, they have two more things that belong.
Yeah, so what do they have in common, do you think?
So all of them have an obtuse side to them.
Oh, obtuse side. What is an obtuse side?
Angle.
Ah, an obtuse angle. So here, I see an obtuse angle here. See an obtuse angle there. Each of these angles is obtuse. Now, what does obtuse mean again? More than 90, bigger than a right angle. So, acute, right, obtuse right here. So, if we wanted to add shapes, create some more polygons that have obtuse angles. Now, notice they went 3-sided, 4-sided, 5-sided, and then they went back to 4 because it gets kind of hard. The more sides we add, it gets a little complicated. You could just add more quadrilaterals with obtuse angles because there's a lot to choose from. What about 1-5? Eventually they're guessing how they got to it. I'm going to create cards so I can randomly call on people, but right now it's just kind of like taking who's bold. Patrick?
The line in the number line and the number at the top, like the squiggly line, is like how much those all put together. So for A, you've got to do 28 minus 11, which is 17.
So Patrick's saying this cool squiggly bracket, more so fancy bracket, is the whole length. If this is 11, to find the unknown, take away what you know, and he found 17. And if we find part B, that one's a bit more complicated. Alex? So yeah, this adds up to 17, and then And then together it is 30. 1/6 is kind of open. When have you used number lines in the past? So that'll be one that I guys kind of check out in your math journal. That is all the time that we have for today, so please make sure that you know questions 18 through 22 is your homework for tonight. If you know you're coming back for AR extensions or whatever and you want to leave your book here on that top shelf, standing up, please. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll catch you all later. Oh, yeah, the Colorama sheets, please bring back up, set them on the stack. And the chips, there's a cup for them.
What are you going to do later?
Resource manager, please try to grab that stuff. Same person it was the other day. In the cup right there. Right here, this cup is where you put your chips. My Pythagorean theorem cup. Thank you, Dad.